We're ready to go. Excellent. Could you please state your full name?
My name is Sean Michael Smith.
Great. And how long have you been coming to United Services?
I've been with United Services for 4 months.
4 months. And what programs do you go to?
I am part of Milner House, the recovery.
Okay. Can you explain what Milner House is a little bit?
Milner House is a group home. There's 15 of us that live there, and we do groups, and we also live there. It's residential, and it does include mental health rehab as well as substance abuse.
Great. So how did you get here today?
I came from Milner House with the staff and a fellow Milner House clients.
Okay. And does Milner House usually drive you places like that?
Milner House will bring us to where we need to be if there's no other option. But for simple things like if you needed to get to the bank or, run to the store to buy a bag of rice or, a box of ramen or whatever it may be, there's not enough staff to be able to exclusively transport.
Mm-hmm. So what do you do in those situations when you just need to run an errand or something like that?
And hop on the shoes and walk, hoof it.
So if you're walking somewhere, do you live close by to stores? Is that a long walk?
It takes me about an hour and a half to be able to walk to the bank and back, and that's brisk, very forward walking.
So what kind of issues do you run into with trying to walk places?
My family lives about 2 hours away, so I could only see my family every other week if they're able to make it up. And I'd like to see them more often. I'd like to be able to have access to make a trip out to see them myself, because that's a long ride. My family, they work and do the things that they got to do, and 60-hour work week, and then they're gonna drive 2 hours up and 2 hours back just to hang out for an hour. That's really tough. I'm a person that likes to see my family, every day. Even if I have no reason to go, I'll still find a way to stop by. And, for the 4 months that I've been there, I probably saw my family maybe like 8 times. And, I'd like to see them more often. It's important.
That's really great feedback.
Thanks.
What would make seeing your family easier? What kind of things would need to happen to make it easier to see your family?
To be able to see my family, I would need to be able to catch a bus to, I'm guessing, Norwich or Willimantic, so somehow I could, link up the buses and be able to take a bus to Waterbury, or New Haven. New Haven would be okay too, but Waterbury would be ideal.
Great. So where you live now, are you on a bus line?
No, there's actually no transportation at all. I called a taxi one time just to go to Sterling or Putnam or whatever, and it was going to be like $35 each way. And I'm not really too familiar with the area, but I know it's not that far away. I was willing to do it, but it just didn't work out, because by the time they were going to come, there wasn't enough time to go do what we had to do.
So that sounds like cost is an issue too, that it can be expensive to try to get to places. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, given the situation that we're in and the fact that, we pay rent and our incomes, are very, very minute, you have to be able to budget. And it's very difficult, for a 20-minute ride 2 times, $35. Like, that's like asking me to, hand over my Rolex, you know what I mean? It all comes down to how important stuff is for you and what you're willing to do. But I think being able to catch a bus, $3 both ways or whatever, that's important. People want to go to the gym. People want to be able to, visit family, or, just go to the park, go to a waterfall, something fun. Just get out of the house. And, it's very important to mental health to be able to do stuff like that. And we're very limited. There's no options for us.
That's really great feedback.
Thanks.
Thank you. So cost is one issue. You said it can take an hour and a half to walk somewhere.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you really have to plan ahead
Well, I don't really plan. I kind of just go. But yeah. I mean, I've never actually timed it. But look at the clock before I leave and come back. An hour and a half. No breaks, no stopping. Just straight there and back. Be really determined to get there. That is a long walk, especially if you go by yourself. Not everybody wants to walk an hour and a half just to go to the bank.
So during trying to find transportation, do you ever worry about your personal safety? That can be a long walk, especially in the winter.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially during the winter. I had to take my cell phone and bought like an app on my phone where it had like a strobe light, so I'll be walking and if cars are coming or whatever, I won't flash them obviously in the car, but to the side or like on the road or something, just to let them know. And especially during the winter, that's really dangerous. I mean, the other day when I was at Rite Aid and over near the Cumberland Farms in Moose Up, some car was going straight down this way, and somehow they jumped over the curb and were like this way. The curb's right here. They were